there's a lot of times where I go and visit studios to see how things are going, and sometimes I go to brand new studios I have never been to just to see people and see how they're doing, and sometimes it's a an interesting thing that pops up. You see the studio design, and I have nothing to do with it, but I walk in, I look at the studio design, I go, okay, room sounds pretty good, things are placed in the right place, and then they're all the owners are usually really proud of themselves. They go, look at these doors that we put in, and they spent like $5,000 or $10,000 on these, you know, pre-made doors that they get from companies that make doors for studios. And usually see them at radio stations, but you see them at the bigger studios. But you look at the doors, you go, wow, that's a great door because it has a big metal frame and it's a big metal door and it has a hydraulics, and some of them have the threshold that pops down when you close the door. So, but then you look at it and you go, they didn't isolate the walls. So the door is in the wall, but the wall is just a one plane. It's not detached from the studio at all. So that wall, the vibration from the studio or from the control room is going back and forth, but the door is where the door is. It's not letting it through, but the sound is coming through the walls. They didn't build the walls properly. But at that point, there's no point in saying anything because you don't want to have people feel bad about what they've done. So you just let it be. But you look at it and you go, I wish they had talked to me ahead of time about what they were doing. But best thing is just kind of you walk away from it and leave it be and see what they're going to do. Unless it becomes an issue, and then you can talk to them. If they say, "Well, I got this door, but getting all this noise in here," and then you can give us some suggestions. But it's one of those things that you have to be careful about. You don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, especially when they spent all this money on a door and a frame, and they should have spent a little bit more time figuring out how the room is supposed to be isolated from the studio and the control room. So there's my little story for the day.